turaga nduirire mathina moka na barasiothe niwe uroaga ithenya riakwa uibara wa magegania ngai uria toi gwotwo ni taki uibara wa magegania ngai uria toi gwotwo ni taki Joshua kuhoya rugamieriwa igwatane kuri thuci yake ithe Jehova wendo muiguire nake agitura gwitigirite uibara wa magegania ngai uria toi gwotwo ni taki uibara wa magegania ngai uria toi gwotwo ni taki Aisiraeli maromereirwo nĩ mbũtũ cia ita o matureire njĩra iria-inĩ nĩguo maringe nacio thũ ciao ũgĩcinina uibara wa magegania ngai ũrĩa toi gwotwo nĩ taki uibara wa magegania ngai ũrĩa toi.
Thanks so very much, our sister Salome, for your sweet song. God bless you and God do you good. Yes, it's my hope and trust that the Lord has kept you well. Yes, this is another day that the Lord has granted to all of us, that we may make something good out of it. And also be reminded, the Bible says that this is the day that the Lord has made, and we must rejoice and be glad in it. Yes, this is Matalo TV coming to you live from our studios, and I believe and hope that you are eagerly waiting for that which you are about to release from our studios. Yes, such a moment is so rare, so make use of this moment, and please don't switch off Matalo TV, but make Matalo TV your TV. And please let all of us join and learn together, because as we continue learning, our lives will be transformed to becoming better people in the near future. And so I want to take this moment to invite on board them that are following us through Facebook. Please continue encouraging many to follow our page, to like, and also to share our page, and the Lord will bless you. Yes, to those that are following us through YouTube, continue encouraging many of your friends to subscribe, and let's bring all people on board, because we really need to improve ourselves and to make our lives better. Yes, and such can only happen when we take time to train and to be taught on how best to handle ourselves. Yes, to them that are following us through Instagram and Twitter, continue inviting many and sharing our page with as many as possible, and the Lord will bless you. Yes, not forgetting to invite on board them that are following us through TikTok. I know we have the majority of people following us through TikTok. Please continue liking our page, sharing, and also invite many to follow Matalo TV. Yes, I know we have started on a very wide topic whereby we are dealing with conquering common mistakes in life, and we have been able to single out time management. That's where we have that's where we are, and we are going to take some time on the same, but we're also going to touch on other areas whereby we get affected on our daily lives. And so before I get started on the topic of the day, allow me to switch to the other side of the studio and bring to us this other number.
Ore uje
Thanks so very much, our sister Eriza, for your sweet song. God bless you and do you good. Yes, today I want to start on a different note, whereby I'm going to borrow from the book of Psalms 90 and verse 12. This is a prayer of Moses, and the Bible says that teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Teach us to number our days aright, that we may be able to gain a heart of wisdom. So, in other words, Moses was asking of God to teach them on how best to use their time. Because I've been saying in our past lessons that once we don't know how best to use our time, we'll not only waste time, but also we'll also waste our lives. So, time well spent is a life well spent. So, we must get to understand that the moment we lose focus of time, the moment we don't know how best to use our time, our lives will be lost and everything about us will be lost. And so Moses prayed a prayer before God and said, teach us to number our days aright, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. In other words, a person who knows how best to use their time, they'll always gain a heart of wisdom. But anyone who doesn't know how best to use their time, they'll appreciate or they will invite that other heart that I don't want to mention. I just want to play it cool here, but you can also fill the gap for yourself. So it is important that we understand that once we don't know how best to use our time, we will lose from every side. Now, I stopped at a point where we said that we are going to introduce ourselves to some guidelines on how best to spend or to use our time. Yes, and I remember I said number one, we must get organized. We must get organized. Now, what does it mean to get organized? We must know how to stop doing, useless tasks that are not of use, that are not of benefit in our individual lives. We must know how to say no to some useless tasks. In other words, don't be a jack of all trades. Choose what you need to do every single day. Don't just allow yourself to live for the sake of living, but plan for your life and stop doing those odd jobs or those odd jobs that will not benefit you, but choose wisely what you want to do, that which will add value to your life or that which will bring some benefits into your life. And we said it is also very important that we get ourselves a diary, because without a diary, our lives will not be well planned. So it is important for every one of us who is listening to me that you go look for yourself a diary in order for you to plan not only for your day, but for your week, your month, and also for your year. Don't just get into issues and don't just get into the task of the day in a hurry, but plan your day, plan your week, plan your month, and then from there you'll be able to look back and say, I've been able to achieve this much. So we must get a diary to help us order our lives. Or if not a diary, please have a plan to help you. Have a plan that will help you get to know where you are coming from and where you are headed. In other words, you must have a well set up life whereby you know this is where I'm beginning and this is where I want to end what I'm doing. So have something organized. Now, another thing I said is that personal disorganization is very expensive. So many people just take it rightly that time come and go, and it's like it's normal. Let me tell you that if you don't get organized, you'll also have some disorganization in your life, and personal disorganization is very expensive. It will cost you so much when you just allow time to pass by with your disorganization, when you're not able to bring together what you want to do. When you live disorganized, at the end of the day, it will cost you so much. And before we get into that pain, that's why Matalo TV is coming your way to help you manage your life properly, to help you, spend your time in a wise way, such that you'll be proud of your life some days. Now, number two, I said that we must use our time wisely. We must use our time wisely. And this is something that I mentioned, that we should invest time in making ourselves a better people in our lives. We must invest time in making ourselves better people in life. And how does how does it happen when you're talking about investing our time in making ourselves better people? Now that means that we need to improve ourselves on a daily basis. Maybe you have a skill, but you have not polished that skill. So you need to look for ways and means to polish your skill, maybe through enrolling for a course or a training, such that you may qualify in the best possible. Maybe you have a talent with yourself. Don't just get excited because you have a talent, but you need to polish up that talent by enrolling maybe for a training or a course or a seminar, so that you may become a better person in using your talent. And maybe you are a farmer, and maybe you're doing poultry keeping. Now you have some ideas about poultry keeping, but you need to polish up those ideas by maybe attending some seminars whereby you'll be taught on how best to practice poultry keeping. Maybe you're doing some other businesses. You don't just believe in yourself, in all things, but you need also to create some room for other people to sharpen your skills in whatever area that you find yourself in. Even in career, you need to improve your career. Maybe you need to go back to school, enroll for a diploma, or maybe a degree, a master's course, or maybe a PhD. It all depends on where you are. And so this very particular day, it is important that you know how best to use your time. Using your time in a wise way is choosing to invest your time in making yourself a better person than you are today. So when doing things, ask yourselves, why am I doing this? Now, after investing time in making ourselves better people, now we come to number two. Now whatever you undertake, you must consider to ask such questions. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Because it's not just important to make yourself busy, but it is more important to ask yourself the right question before you get engaged. Yes, so many people just find themselves doing some odd jobs which only cost them so much, and at the end of the day they achieve nothing. Now from today, as a wise person, whatever you engage to do, before you get there, ask yourself the right questions and be ready to see beyond the limitations. See beyond what normal people see. If you are starting a project, you must ask yourself, why am I settling on this project? What benefits will I reap from the same? And how much will it cost me to be able to to bring this thing into a reality? So you have to do your own investigations about what you want to do. You must do your own research on what you want to do. So it's not just starting a project, but it's about doing some research and interrogating your own ideas to get to understand whether they are going to help you achieve something in life. Yes. Now another thing, we need to consider if what we are about to engage or what we are about to start will not bring to us some better yields as we are expecting. It is not bad to change from that. If you interrogate what you want to do and it's like it will not satisfy the desires you have, it's not bad to quit from that and choose something else or something different that will help you build yourself in a better way, or will help you make more money if you're making money. So don't die on a single idea. Please learn to interrogate whatever you are doing and be able to determine whether what you are doing is worthy spending time on. Yes, because if it's not worthy spending time on, you are just wasting your energy, you are wasting your resources, you are wasting your time, and at the end of the day, you'll be frustrated. Now, let's come to number 3. Number 3, we must say no to time wasting activities. We must learn to say no to time wasting activities. You bear me witness that not so many people have the power to say no to other people's suggestion or opinion. Most of the times we just follow whatever opinion that are thrown our way, whatever ideas and decisions that are thrown our way. We don't take time to consider, what will be born out of such opinions, such ideas, or such decisions. Yes, it is high time that we start, guarding our time selfishly. It is high time that we start, protecting our time from intruders. So it's not every idea that matters in your life. It's not every decision that matters in your life. It's not every opinion that matters in your life. You have to be very wise to choose what opinion to take and what opinion not to take. You must be very wise to know what decision to take or what not decision to take. Now you must be very wise to take, to know what to take and not to take. That's exactly what I'm trying to communicate to us. Now listen to this and listen carefully. Me, I've seen it, I have this experience with me that there are people who knows how best to misuse others. They want maybe to go shopping and they pass by and pick you that you take them do shopping, and you don't consider to ask yourself, now that they are going to do shopping, what am I going to do there myself? Others come and pick you and take you to some meetings of which you really don't know anything about. You just find yourself floating in such a meeting because you had no idea about the meeting. You really don't know what is being discussed in that meeting. You are just lost in that meeting. Please, if the meeting does not concern you, don't attend that meeting. If a seminar does not concern you, don't attend that seminar. Please make yourself busy with those issues and those tasks that will bring forth some good fruits in your life. So start saying no to time wasting activities. So have some priorities in life. In other words, prioritize your life. Don't just live for the sake of living. Prioritize your life. Set your priorities. Know how to follow after your priorities. Because if you don't set priorities about your life, other people will set priorities for you. If you don't make decisions about your life, other people make decisions for you. If you don't have your own opinion, you'll always follow after other people's opinion. I don't mean that we don't share other people's opinion, but we must consider and ask ourselves the right question. Now, what benefit will I gain from such an opinion? What benefits will I gain from such a decision? What benefits will I gain from such an idea? That's what I'm trying to communicate to us. let's not just, follow any idea blindly. Let's not just follow any opinion blindly. Let's not follow any decision blindly. But we must rise above the petty thinking and think big, such that we may be able to hold to that which we've been called to do. Be reminded, I said yesterday, any one of us who does not know their purpose down here on earth will have their potential locked forever. But anytime you realize your potential, you unlock anytime you realize you are a purpose on earth, you unlock your potential. And so don't be one of those people who die with a lot of potential. Don't be one of those people who die without realizing their purpose is down here on earth, but be among them that are counted in the community, in the societies, and in the nation, having discovered your own purpose and unlocking your potential concerning the same. Now, before I get started, before I get continued, allow me to switch to the other side of the studio and bring to us this other number. Thanks so very much, our sister Anne, for your sweet song. Yes, let's go back to number 3, saying no to time-wasting activities. Now, something else we should do is to avoid overcommitment. To avoid overcommitment. Yes, if you are so committed, at the end of the day, you lose it all. Yes, sometimes we get overcommitted and it's like we lose focus of what we've been called to do. It's not wisdom to get overcommitted, but we should choose what responsibilities to take and what duties, what jobs that we need to take. So don't commit yourself all over. You'll be lost, and at the end of the day, you'll be frustrated. So learn to delegate responsibilities. Learn to develop, learn to, you don't know the art of delegation or delegating responsibility, you wear yourself out. And at the end of the day, you not become an achiever. And so this very particular moment, it is important that we learn not to overcommit ourselves into some various issues or whatever else commitment that we have around. We need to prioritize what we want to do in life. Please avoid overcommitment. And number 2, learn to delegate responsibilities in order for you to have some space maybe to think through, or maybe to have some rest, or maybe to be able to choose wisely what you want to do in life. Now, number 4, we come to this stage whereby we talk about procrastination. Yes, procrastination is another big issue to so many people. It is, it is a giant that has brought many down. But we must say no to procrastination no matter what cost we must pay. We must say no to procrastination. Now, get started working towards your goals or dreams. So, anytime you feel you have a dream or a vision or a good idea in your mind, please don't hesitate to to get started on the same, because the more you procrastinate, the more you lose that vision or that dream or that idea. So if you have a good idea and an idea that you have worked upon, a good dream or a good vision, please don't hesitate to start on that. Please get started and get moving towards the right direction. So it is important that we understand that procrastination is very dangerous to all of us. And so many people have died without achieving anything in life because of this giant that we are calling procrastination. Yes, now procrastination can be an escape also from responsibility. You know, sometimes when we want to avoid responsibility, we learn how to procrastinate. But from this day, please don't fall into that trap. Let you get started and let you take responsibility of whatever you are doing. So don't blame other people and don't shift goalposts, but go head on and deal with those responsibilities. Yes, another thing, procrastination is an indicator of fear. So many people fear to start on something. Yes, people have ideas, people have plans, people have dreams and vision, but they keep on postponing. They keep on procrastinating. That's an indicator of fear. And from today, let me just talk to you straight. When you fear, to start on something, you'll never start on that thing. When you fear to get challenged or criticized, you never make anything out of life. When you fear to fail, I'm telling you, you'll never make anything out of life. And from today, let us not hide behind procrastination, but let us come out and do something, and something that will help us manage our lives in the best way possible and achieve in our individual lives. So it is important that we get to understand that. Another thing we must get to understand is that when we get into this giant, when we face this giant that is called procrastination, it has also some other branches whereby it is able to work hiding or covering itself. Sometimes when we procrastinate, that's when we realize that we have a lot of idle time. We find ourselves in idleness. Yes, once you procrastinate, idleness just creeps in without your notice. So we must be very careful not to be idle, but to be very active people. And you know, idleness has its root in laziness. So procrastination also, in most cases, will always carry with itself laziness. Yes, if you're not careful, when you start to procrastinate, laziness will also creep in. So idleness has its root in laziness. So you must be very careful not to allow this giant to overtake you or to overshadow you, but you have to face it head on and declare that I'm not going to wait any longer, that I'm going for that which I believe I'm able to do or I'm able to achieve. So these are some of the elites that will help you manage your time properly and spend your time in a wise way. So the cure for procrastination is what we call self-discipline. The cure for procrastination is what we call self-discipline. And you bear me witness that so many people avoid self-discipline, and they want to blame other people, and they want to blame many other things about their failures. Listen to this. If you don't know how best to practice self-discipline, failure will be part of your life. But once you choose to practice self-discipline in your life, you start to invite success, you start to invite prosperity in your life. And so it should be the desire of all of us that we live to become successful people, that we live to become prospered people. So listen and listen carefully to those of us who are not in the habit of practicing self-discipline. It is high time that you start to practice the same, because if you miss from this point, I'm telling you, life will be very frustrating for you. Life will be very hard on your side, and it will cost you so much, and it will also bring about many pains in your life. So if you must now move from there, if you must practice some self-discipline, you must also get to understand that that one will also invite some other some other levels of growth. That now will demand that you start sitting down in a private place, in a privacy, and take a notebook and a good pen, and start writing through every good idea that is flowing into your mind, every good dream that is coming into your mind. Write it down, and after you have written down all that which you feel you want to achieve, maybe like this new year, you also need to narrow down your interest. You need also to narrow down your interest, because we have so much that we think about. That we think about the year that is ahead of us. Many things come into our mind. Maybe you want to achieve this, you want to achieve that, you want to do this. Please write all such down, and please, after you have written all that down in your notebook, start to narrow down your interest until you get to a level from where you are able to start on something. Yes, until you get to that level whereby you are now very sure this is what I want to do. Having said that, you don't also throw away those other ideas that were coming down into your mind. Keep them for another day, but learn as a wise person to choose that which is best to get started on that very particular moment. So having said all that, I believe somebody is getting helped in Matalo TV, and I believe you're getting informed, and this information is transforming you. Yes, I'm going to teach us a lot. This is only one part of conquering common mistakes in life. I'll be coming back with some other information that concerns our individual lives and how to overcome our own individual failures. And so God bless you and God do you good. Let's switch to the other side of the studio and enjoy this other number.